Welcome to The Explainer. So picture this for a second. You've got this absolutely brilliant business idea, or maybe you're constantly daydreaming about making a massive career pivot, but you just never take the plunge. Well, today we're going to uncover exactly why you're hesitating on your biggest career dreams. And to do that, we're actually going to look at the ancient biology that's secretly driving your modern choices. Let's get into it. So, why do we freeze up when it comes to our career dreams? Honestly, we all kind of know what we want deep down, right? We have these amazing ideas for projects, yet months, sometimes even years roll by without a single ounce of action. And the reason? The very second we even think about taking that leap, our brains immediately start looping a highlight reel of everything that could possibly go wrong. And here's the surprising, kind of harsh truth behind all this career paralysis. Your brain simply wasn't designed for success. It was designed for survival. Mother Nature, well, she doesn't really care about your startup's ROI. For the vast majority of human history, taking the wrong risk didn't just mean a bruised ego, it literally meant death. So your built-in biological operating system is always going to prioritize keeping you alive over making you successful. Which brings us to our ancient survival machine. We really need to go back to the beginning to understand this. Yep, we have to travel way back in time. Around 200,000 years ago, our ancestors absolutely weren't stressing over getting a promotion or building a stock portfolio or networking. Their daily reality was radically different. It was exclusively about surviving until tomorrow. Every single decision they made carried an enormous, immediate life or death consequence. And this perfectly illustrates how our evolutionary past is constantly colliding with our present. Think about it. Ancient risk meant exploring a new valley where a predator might be lurking. One tiny mistake, and you were gone forever. So evolution heavily rewarded the most cautious brains. But modern risk, it's just changing careers. The risk is uncertainty, not death. But those exact same cautious survival instincts, they were passed down generation after generation, and they are actively guarding your every single move today. This leads us right into the familiarity trap, where our brains actually choose uncertainty over difficulty. This is such a fascinating psychological quirk that is directly affecting your career right now. Your brain actually fears uncertainty way more than it fears difficulty, or even unhappiness. So sticking with a stable job that you absolutely hate, that actually feels biologically safer to your brain than facing the vast unknown of starting your dream business. The minute you seriously contemplate starting that business, your brain's emergency system kicks in, not because the future is actually dangerous, but simply because it's unpredictable. So let's explore this professional comfort trap and why familiarity tricks us into feeling so safe. Comfort is essentially one of evolution's greatest magic tricks, and it mostly comes down to something called loss aversion. This is a well-known psychological bias where losing something, say $100, hurts significantly more than gaining that exact same amount feels good. Back in nature, missing out on an opportunity wasn't fatal, but losing your food or your shelter, that instantly ended your survival. So we are hardwired to be hypersensitive to potential losses. And because of this intense loss aversion, your ancient programming shows up literally everywhere in your modern life. You avoid investing because you're terrified of losing cash. You dodge public speaking to prevent the sting of embarrassment. You avoid chasing massive career opportunities because the fear of failure just feels way too overwhelming. When you're sitting there evaluating a promotion, your brain isn't running a success calculation, it is desperately running a survival calculation. Think of it like this. Ancient comfort meant staying put in a familiar cave because you knew exactly where the safe plants and fresh water were. Leaving was risky. Well, your modern career is basically that ancient cave. Your brain constantly whispers that your daily routine, your current job, and your social circle are safe simply because they're predictable. It craves that predictability, even if staying in that proverbial cave is making you deeply unhappy. Now let's talk about your brain's false alarms and the actual biology of fear. So, what is the actual biological culprit that physically causes you to sweat through your shirt during a boardroom presentation? Meet the amygdala. It's a tiny brain structure that basically acts as your ancient internal security guard. Its primary job is definitely not to help you write a pristine resume. It is solely there to detect threats. You can think of it as a highly outdated alarm system that simply cannot tell the difference between real danger and imagined danger. For instance, a real threat is standing near the crumbling edge of a cliff. But an imagined threat, like giving a presentation to stakeholders or packing up to move to a new city, causes the exact same biological reaction. Your heart races, your palms get sweaty, your breathing changes before a big career move, not because you're in any physical danger, but because your amygdala genuinely believes that career uncertainty is a threat to your actual life. And this is happening to us more now than ever before. Today's world changes infinitely faster than biological evolution can keep up with. Between rapidly changing technologies, the sudden rise of AI, remote work, our brains are thoroughly confused. They literally treat sending a networking email to a total stranger like walking blindly into an unknown wilderness. The fear feels incredibly real, even if the only real danger is just getting a delayed response on Slack. But here's how we can start working with our brain rather than against it, by rewiring for healthy risk. And here is the good news. Just realizing that your career paralysis is a feature of evolutionary biology rather than some personal flaw is the first step to beating it. And you really don't need to eliminate fear entirely. I mean, that's impossible anyway. The goal is to become stronger than your fear by actively proving to your ancient brain that you are safe. You just need to teach it that not every professional risk is going to kill you. So how do we actually do this? Step 1, start ridiculously small. Instead of blowing up your whole life overnight, introduce tiny little uncertainties. Step 2, collect evidence. Use those small wins as concrete proof that you survived. Every little success teaches your brain that new experiences don't always end badly. And step 3, ask the crucial question. In those moments of sheer panic, logic it out. Remind yourself, wait, is this new career path actually dangerous, or is it just unfamiliar? The big takeaway here is that confidence isn't just something you're miraculously born with. It's something your brain learns over time. As you slowly relax that hyperactive internal security guard through those small steps, you build true professional confidence through proven experience. You are literally rewiring your own hardware. It's amazing. Now, you definitely need to respect that ancient voice. After all, it successfully kept your ancestors alive for hundreds of thousands of years. But remember, the greatest opportunities in modern life almost always exist completely outside your comfort zone. You have to actively refuse to let that ancient survival software dictate your modern professional future. So, the next time fear is telling you to just stay stuck in your current job or to avoid taking that big leap, I want you to ask yourself honestly, is my brain protecting my life right now, or is it preventing me from actually living it? Challenge your biology, because sometimes the absolute biggest risk you can ever take is never taking one at all.